Shalom. I want to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide, and a heart of shalom to the believers out there who's believing on the words of Yahweh Bahashem Shai in truth and sincerity. Alright, and this video has been surfing around the brotherhood. Alright, and it's on C-SPAN, February 5th, 2020, year of prophecy. Alright, it says California Representative Karen Bass asked FBI Director Ray direct questions about black folks being investigated, right? And we know there's no such thing as black. Alright, that's a made-up construct made up by Esau, Edom. Alright, it says investigated, arrested, or tried for no cause and being labeled as BIE, Black Identity Extremists. The director had no clear answers on the matter. When the issue is pushed, Esau, Edom, they're gonna rely on their gift, which is the sword. All right, and that's the time that we're coming into. That's why you see these so-called investigations being made known, so when they try and roll on the men of the Lord, they can feel like they're justified. All right, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and play this video.
And I know you've been here for a very long time. You know, we have spoken many times about black identity extremists, and I definitely want to ask you about that today. I understand that the Bureau no longer uses BIE and instead categorizes these cases under the broader label of racially motivated violent extremism. But one, I wanted to know if you guys have really repudiated the whole BIE category, because I know when we've talked about it in the past, it really didn't seem to be that there was much evidence that there were black identity extremists. And the title was a little longer than that. Something about black identity extremists that threaten police or attack police. So tell me what's different.
So I found our conversations before to be, very constructive and very valuable, and we also engaged not just with you and your colleagues, but also with Noble, with whom we have a great relationship and are working more closely than ever. We have, as you mentioned, changed our terminology as part of a broader reorganization of the way in which we categorize our domestic terrorism efforts. So we took a whole bunch of categories, not just the one that you mentioned, but a number of others, and consolidated down to really 4 buckets. And the reason for that is
what are the 4 buckets?
What's that?
What are the 4 buckets?
There's racially motivated violent extremism, which is any kind of violent extremism that's driven with a kind of racial intent of one sort or another, no matter which direction. There is anarchism/government extremism. I may not have the label right, but that covers kind of variety of everything, sort of certain kinds of militia stuff, all the way over to kind of more of the anarchist, maybe sort of Antifa-like kind of methodology. There is abortion violent extremism, people on either side of that issue who commit violence on behalf of different views on that topic.
People on either side of that issue don't commit violence.
Well, we've actually had a variety of kinds of violence under that, you believe it or not. But at the end of the day, and then the last one is with animal rights and environmental.
Those are the 4?
What's that?
Those are the 4?
Those are the 4. And the point is, we wanted to underscore what I told you earlier, but we wanted to make it even more clear that at the end of the day, us, it's not about the ideology, it's about the violence. That's where we weigh in. It's not that the ideology isn't important to us as Americans, but we only investigate violence and the crimes that go with the violence.
But so under the racially motivated violent extremism, how many African American or black groups are considered under that?
Well, again, I want to be clear, we don't investigate groups per se. We have properly predicated investigations into individuals, and in some cases they may have co-conspirators, but in each of those instances, it's where we have three things: credible evidence of a federal crime, credible evidence, number two, of violence or threat or use of violence, and then number three, on behalf of some ideology. So if we have those things, only if we have those things, will we open investigation.
So, are white supremacist groups under racially motivated violent extremism? Or do white supremacists have a whole separate category?
Well, again, I want to stay away from the use of the word groups. We certainly investigate white supremacist motivated violent extremism in the same category that we're talking about. So, for example, we just last month arrested 8 members, I think, of a group known as the Base. And there were arrests that were made not just in my home state of Georgia, but also in Maryland.
Getting ready to go to Virginia, correct? That was the group that was on their way to Virginia?
I think that's right. I can't remember that detail specifically.
So there are organizations, and I understand that, you know, when you say you just investigate individuals, I mean, now you just gave an example of a group. So I know that there are a lot of white supremacist groups. And so my question to you is about black groups. And so I don't know, maybe they're black individuals, but under the category of black identity extremism, formally, there were organizations such as the one in Texas and the individual in Texas that was arrested. He was incarcerated for a while, and then after being incarcerated and going on trial, he was released. He had activity on a website, and he also had literature when he was arrested. Are you familiar with the case that I'm talking about? We've talked about it before.
I think so, yeah.
So my question is, are there African Americans or black groups or individuals that are currently a part of the racially motivated violent extremism category?
Well, again, I don't know that I would speak in terms of investigating groups. We investigate individuals, and in some instances, individuals with co-conspirators. And I would say certainly there are individuals who we categorize and track under the racially motivated violent extremism part of our program management, who are African Americans targeting others. So, for example, you probably saw some of the reporting about the killing of the individuals in Jersey City, including the killing of the people in the kosher supermarket.
I did.
Those individuals were associated themselves with something called the Black Hebrew Israelite.
Oh, I'm very familiar with them. So
we are that would be in that category.
So let's use that as an example, because I'm very familiar with that group.
And there you have it. All right, these devils are gonna try and use that one psyops to lump in all Israelites, man. It's not gonna matter what group you from. All right, this is the damn devil that we dealing with. All right, matter of fact, now he just said credible evidence of people being linked to groups, but it has been established by the so-called New Jersey FBI, right, that these people had no link to any groups, right, and all they did was so-called follow certain teachings. All right, this is the book of Psalms, and Esau's a goddamn liar, man. Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. All right, speaking lies, man. And this guy's plainly, you know, he's running circles around all the questions.
Several made, which, yeah, well, excuse me, but I'm taking the prerogative of the chair. Using that group as an example, is that a group, because they are open, you know, I mean, you see them on street corners in different groups, they're not a secret group at all. Is that group part of the racially motivated extremism? The group, I understand the act that took place, I understand the individuals, and it's not clear their level of association.
see that? She made it clear. It's not clear their level of association, right?
What I would say to you on that is that we have some investigations into individuals who associate themselves with that movement.
Beyond those two people?
Yes.
Okay. And Director Ray, documents published in...
See that? It's a damn devil, man. Let's get into these scriptures, all right? Because Yahweh Shah, he's lifting that covering cast, man. He's making this devil bare. He's exposing him, all right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Alright? And who is this daughter of Babylon? Well, let's find out. Let's go get a precept. Alright? Psalms 137. Right? In verse 7. And it reads, Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Right? So daughter of Babylon is associated with what? Edom is associated with the daughter of Babylon. Alright? This is Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit down on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstone and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg. Uncover thy thigh, pass over the river. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. And yeah, man, that guy was put to shame, man. He couldn't give a straightforward answer for nothing in the world. Alright, and we know that Esau is going to try and use his legislation, his draconian laws, to try to roll on the men of the Lord, because he know he has but a short time. Right? Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Yeah, when Yahweh and Yahweh shot back, he's not going to meet them as a man. He's going to meet them as an angelic force to run anger and fury. Alright? Because why? Because they have done to the children of Israel all this wickedness. Alright? They perpetuated wickedness all over the whole world. Alright? And that was their job. That's what Yahweh Shah had them set up to do. Alright? This is the book of Isaiah. Salakia, chapter 25 and verse 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. Yeah. So Esau, when he came back into power, he went and perpetuated lies. All right, giving different images. Matter of fact, let's go to it. Let's just get a precept. Let's go to the book of Job. All right, chapter 9 and verse 24. All right, and it reads, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it? Yeah, man. All right, when he came back into power after the Renaissance period, he went to covering the faces of the judges thereof. All right, he went to renaming different nations. All right, that covering cast, to the point where half of the nations don't know who they are. But you see, Yahweh Shah, he's now lifting this covering cast by the way of his men, his prophets. Start with the apostles and elders of GMS on down, man. All right, starting with Apostle Har, bringing out this word 35 plus years. All right, and down to the elders and the heads of camp and so on. All right, this is what Yahweh Shah is doing. Let's read this again. This is Isaiah 25 and 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. You see that? And he will swallow up death in victory, and the Lord Yahweh Shah will wipe away tears from off all faces, and the rebuke of his people he shall take away from off all the earth. For the Lord Yahweh Shai has spoken. Yeah, man, this is our last captivity. All right, we're no longer going to be put under the boot of these devils, man. All right, and this is the work of Yahweh Shai. This is Lamentation, chapter 4, and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. Yeah, they're making themselves naked, man. Yahweh Shai having them own words to fall upon themselves. All right. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And that's what Yahweh Shai is doing. He's discovering the sins of Esau, Edom, man. He's making them bare. He's bringing all the wickedness that they have perpetuated to the forefront. All right. Let's go to Psalms chapter 64. And these devils, man, they go to these secret councils, man, you know, and they believe that, matter of fact, let's just read it. All right. This is the book of Psalms chapter 64, verse 1. Hear my voice, O power. In my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy. And that's what we asking Yahweh Shai to preserve us from this devil. All right. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrections of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, evil bitter words. Yeah, that was a bitter word that guy was trying to bring out, man. All right, trying to lump in all Hebrew Israelites, because there's no such thing as black Hebrew Israelites. Trying to look in all Hebrew Israelites with those two bug outs, man. All right, which I believe through the spirit was a saith, right? They had this guy under mind control. All right, it says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Yeah, these secret councils, man. All right, these different meetings that they have, constructed to what? Keep the children of Israel in derision, right? That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not, right? They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. Yeah, in these private meetings, man, they commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities and accomplish a diligent search. Yeah, man. All right. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. See that? But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly they shall be wounded. Right? And that's what Yahweh Shai is going to do, man. All right? So that they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And they're going to be made liars, man. It's going to be put on Front Street, as it were. All right? And guess what? We already know that Yahweh Shai has said all these things are going to come to pass. All right? The persecution of the men of the Lord. All right? These different sedition among men. All right? Matter of fact, let's go to 2nd Ezra 16. These things are prophesied. All right? Where do I want to start? This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 37. Behold, the players grow nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child is in the 9th month, bringing forth her son. With 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains which the child cometh forth, they slack not for a moment. Yeah, when these plagues are starting, they're not going to slack back for a moment, right? Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it in every side. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle. In those evils, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Right? Let's jump down. Alright? Bear with me. Where is it? There it is. Alright, this is 2nd Ezra 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Right? They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shah. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Hear ye my beloved, saith the Lord Yahweh Shah. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that deliverance from this madman, this straight up mad scientist, Esau, Edom, so-called white man, right? Be not afraid, neither doubt. You see that? For the Most High is your God. So, man, with all this stuff that they got going on, trying to perpetuate, Yahweh Shah says, be not afraid, neither doubt, right? It says, be not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your God, and the God of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord Yahweh Shah. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. Right? And that's what we have to do. All right? We can't be saying, woe is me, woe is me. You know what I'm saying? Because you may go off. All right? Get back up and pray Yahweh Shah keep you from doing that same sin. All right? But we are not to fear, man. All right? Hey, what can man do to me? Right? And that's why we don't need to fear, man. All right? Psalms chapter 34 and verse 7. The angel of the Lord Yahweh Shah encampeth around about them that fear him and delivereth them. You see that? So you've been doing what Yahweh Shah said. Guess what? Ain't no reason to fear, man. We know these devils gonna try and roll on us, man. But we gotta have the spirit of the Lord to what? Keep us grounded in these last days. All right? Matter of fact. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. All right. Chapter 33. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure, right? The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shah, is your treasure. All right, and we're going to close it out right here. This is Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15. All right, and it reads, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord Yahweh Shah is. All right, we got to walk in wisdom circumspectly, because we know that the times are evil. All right, that's going to be it for the lesson. Lord willing, it's been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide. And a hearty shalom to the believers out there who's believing on the words of Yahweh Shai in truth and sincerity. All right, these things are all coming to pass, man. It's playing out before our eyes. Stay strong, stay prayed up. Shalom.